Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Could the coronavirus crisis be even worse this winter? The CDC's director's disturbing new warning. And this comes as President Trump hints he's eager for states to reopen.
We have to build back our country, and I'm going to make our country bigger and better and stronger, and we have to get started.
But many governors are concerned about reopening too soon.
We got to get this right so we don't have a second wave.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We will get you to the very latest on plans to reopen the economy and a live update with Rod Maloney in just a moment. But first, let's get you to the breakdown of our case count here in the state of Michigan. And we begin with the number of confirmed deaths. In the last 24 hours, that number was 232 as of Tuesday afternoon. However, the state is saying that not all of these deaths reported yesterday happened in a 24-hour period. 95 deaths were added to the coronavirus death toll yesterday after a lab reviewed death certificates from the past 3 weeks and attributed the cause of death to COVID-19. In total, we have lost 2,700 members of the Michigan community to the coronavirus. Across the state, we now have almost 33,000 confirmed cases, and that is an increase of 967 new cases in the last 24 hours. As always, the new updates on case count come daily about mid-afternoon from Michigan, so we'll bring you those latest numbers as soon as we get them, both here on the air and, of course, on clickondetroit.com and our mobile app. Now to a look at the coronavirus cases nationally. Officials in California are saying that 2 people died of COVID-19 on February 6th and 17th, making them the earliest known victims of the pandemic in the United States. And this may shift the timeline of the coronavirus outbreak to weeks earlier than previously believed. Here at home, the Wayne State University Physicians Group has launched a virtual clinic to care for people diagnosed with the coronavirus. And for more on the economic impact here in Detroit, the Detroit Land Bank Authority is facing a $5.8 million shortfall, and that's a funding shortfall. And we've learned that layoffs and contract terminations will impact staff. Founders Brewing Company just announced that the mass temporary layoffs of 163 employees will occur on May 3rd, impacting employees in Detroit and in Grand Rapids. Also today, Governor Whitmer will host a live news conference on the state's response to the coronavirus at 3 o'clock this afternoon. But first, let's get to Rod Maloney. He takes a closer look at this debate over what reopens and when here in Michigan.
Yeah, good afternoon, Rhonda. You know, it's a situation where the governor had said this week that she was going to roll out her options as to how she wants the state to reopen, possibly as early as May 1st. She has told us some things around it, like she wants it to be a rolling, layered layout. But she's also not given us some specifics. But last night, she went on MSNBC, All In with Chris Hayes, and she had this conversation about the businesses she believes are going to open last.
As we're doing the analysis, it's a rigorous undertaking to make sure that we get this right, because I think if we can all agree on something unanimously, is that we don't want a second wave of COVID-19 to threaten our lives and threaten our healthcare institutions. And so the last things that come online are going to be the ones that are so intimately public-facing, especially if there's not the appropriate PPE available. And I don't know what the situation is in Georgia, but I know that we are grabbing every PPE we have for our first responders, for our nurses, for our doctors. And then we will talk about how do we ensure that businesses have PPE for their employees.
Now, she talked about hair salons, she talked about massage parlors and other businesses like that are going to be last. Movie theaters was another one. Let's take a look at some of the other things she said about this issue. The considerations for her: infection rates, testing availability, hospital capacity, best practices for social distancing. And then she went on at other points saying that she's going to really be looking at indoor versus outdoor work, the number of employees, the proximity interaction of those employees, and also with the public. So see, these are some of the things that she has hinted at in terms of rolling out her plan. The question is whether she will do it this afternoon. We thought she might do it on Monday. She did not. The hope is, in many businesses around the state, that she will give us some guidance today, and so we'll certainly be watching and waiting for what she has to say come 3 p.m. Reporting live from West Bloomfield, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Right, because if there are some businesses that can reopen by the stay-home order, if they want to be prepared.
That's right.
All right, Rod, thank you. And of course, we will cover the news conference today at 3 o'clock and keep you updated on what she says. Protesters are continuing to gather all across the country, demanding that their governors reopen their states, as we saw happen here in Michigan. And the same has happened in Arizona. In fact, this was a protest on Monday. But there was also another group there, a small gathering of nurses counter-protesting. Their protest was silent, and they stood and listened to what the other protesters had to say, some calling them fake nurses and others saying that the virus is a hoax.
It was eye-opening, and it was very sobering and very sad at the same time. I think that the beauty in being able to silently protest and not engage with these people allowed us to see what they really thought.
Would have been very difficult to stay silent, but they did. That nurse, Lauren Leander, says that her goal at that counter protest was to represent COVID-19 patients. Meantime, as Tom Costello reports for us this noon, a debate continues concerning how and when to reopen businesses nationwide.
As parts of the country prepare to reopen and President Trump touts a light at the end of the tunnel,
It's going to be gone at some point. It's going to be gone.
top health officials warn the fight against the coronavirus is far from finished.
We will continue to see mortality and deaths among our American citizens, particularly in the cities as they begin to move past peak, because deaths will lag.
The director of the CDC also warning in an interview with the Washington Post, there's even a possibility that the assault of the virus on our nation next winter will actually be even more difficult than the one we just went through, citing concerns about the next wave being coupled with the seasonal flu. As the FDA conducts treatment trials, a panel of doctors with the NIH is warning about a drug touted multiple times by President Trump, hydroxychloroquine. It comes as a small analysis among VA hospitals found a higher mortality rate among patients giving hydroxychloroquine, as well as those who received the drug in combination with the antibiotic known as Z-Pak. Meanwhile, testing remains top of mind for governors as they decide when to lift restrictions. Among the companies manufacturing tests, LabCorp, which now has an at-home nose swab kit. For now, the company is focused on healthcare workers and first responders. Also, the Attorney General says he is watching closely as states have restricted activity. He says in some cases it borders on being unconstitutional and a home arrest, but he also says it appears to be justified at this point as long as it's not indefinite. I'm Tom Costello in the Washington, D.C. area. Back to you.
All right, Tom, thank you. After experiencing major losses on Tuesday, the stock market is recovering today. We are taking a live look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average in the green, which started the day with a quick rise in prices and continues to sustain that growth this noon. The source for today's rise is the same source as yesterday's drop, and that's oil. Oil prices and the futures market have both rebounded amid hopes that oil consumption will rise again once economic activity resumes. There are also some mixed corporate earnings reports today. Delta Airlines reporting earnings down by more than $600 million in the first quarter, while Kimberly-Clark, maker of Kleenex tissue, Cottonelle toilet paper, saw income rise 45%. As always, clickondetroit.com is packed with useful information for you to get you through this crisis and keep you informed. It's all on clickondetroit.com/coronavirus. We do want to switch gears because the weather has not been so favorable this week, with temperatures below average and also the signs of snow and rain. As we take a look at 4Live radar, you can see a big strip of snow, but thankfully it's just to our north. Brandon Rue is out in Grosse Pointe Woods at his home office with the birds a-chirping. Nice to know we're not in that line of snow. It's not moving south, is it?
It's moving from northwest to southeast, so from Lansing to Ann Arbor and Ypsi, and yes, Rhonda, you may get a little on your drive home. It's not sneaking too far to the east, but we'll start with 4 Live radar and show you some of those snow showers mixing with a little bit of rain as anticipated. Livingston, Washtenaw counties, parts of Lenawee earlier, and now Monroe County, downriver areas as well. Temperatures on the struggle bus, low and middle 30s with wind chills in the 20s. There's a gentle breeze, but just enough to keep us on our toes. It is feeling like the 20s, and at best today we get into the low 40s. We have some more of that spotty mix with a couple of snow flakes, but I think the heavier bout of moisture will be in the form of rain later this afternoon into tonight. Rhonda, we'll take a closer look at those April showers that will be good for your May flowers coming up.
I just like listening to the birds in Brandon's reports. They're so happy he's out there. Thanks, Brandon. Still to come, another coronavirus outbreak could come later this year, as we heard in that report from Tom Costello, and it could be worse than what we're experiencing right now. We'll take a closer look at that after the break.